Hello, friends.
Hello, friends.
We're glad you could join us once again today.
We're Tamara and Twila, mother-daughter team. We have a little shop south of Lawrence, Kansas, and we teach several classes, including a 10-month home herbalist apprenticeship program. And it's solstice.
And it's dark out there, but that's appropriate for this time of year. We're close now to, today.
Yep.
It is. We've been working up towards it, to the longest night of the year, the shortest day. And the days have been dark. And we turn our little twinkling lights on outside of the shop. And, of course, they're going on inside the shop, too.
Yes.
It's so pretty.
And it is, every night has been getting longer and longer. And it does, from the equinox to the solstice. Every night starts getting longer and longer. And boy, I've really felt it. I'm sure everybody's been feeling it. I know we've talked to a few people in the shop who are like, yeah, it just seems like I get tired so early, but that's because it gets dark so early. And even though the solstice is about the return of the light, now the nights will start getting a little bit shorter incrementally, and the days will start getting a little bit longer. But it's a long process, and it's still the dark part of the year.
It is.
Yeah, we love celebrating solstice, though. For us at our house, I think we've talked about before how fun it is when you have a family to create your own traditions and figure out what's important to you. And for us at our house, Christmas and Yule and solstice were all wrapped together as one kind of holiday, and we celebrated hope and the promise of light. And when my kids were living at home, we would sit together in a circle on Christmas Eve, each holding an unlit candle. And we would read stories like the Gift of the Magi and the Christmas story and myths from around the world about the return of the sun, because there's all kinds of holidays around the world based on the return of the sun. Like, one of my personal favorites is the story of Amaterasu, which is the Japanese sun goddess. And most people don't realize that the Japanese flag is actually a representation of Amaterasu, the Japanese sun goddess. And there's a wonderful story about that I love to share. And we would talk about our ancestors. And I think it was always really interesting to talk about, what the longest night of the year would have been like without electricity. I mean, we can imagine how dark it is now, but without electricity, just imagine how really, really dark it would have been, and how much more you would have been in tune with the season. And so then we would always turn off all the lights, and we'd sit in dark in the silence for a minute. We'd sing a song called the Solstice Prayer, and then someone would have the privilege of lighting the first match and touch to the first candle wick, and the light would pass around the circle until it got to Derek, who was usually sitting on the fireplace, and he would light the Yule log. And then the kids would each get to open one gift, which would usually be an ornament that was reflective of something that was meaningful for them of the year gone by, maybe a representation of a new pet, a family vacation, a personal triumph. And then they'd hang their ornaments on the tree, and we would enjoy the fire. And then once the fire would die down, we would all go to bed, because Santa would be coming in the morning and there would be gifts. So it was really a fun tradition, I think, to have with the kids. And I missed that when they were little, but it's always fun too now that they're grown, to do as much of that as we can.
And hopefully they'll carry some of those rituals on with them later on.
We hope so, or create their own. But I think it's really important to give them something to consider. Yeah, for sure. Good. Yeah, we love solstice. All of these holidays are really meaningful, and it's so important to take the time to recognize and honor the turning of the wheel of the year.
Well, this is close to the end of the year now. The full moon in a few days will bless us, and it is the cold moon. And you can read more about it in my book in the December chapter.
Gatherings from the Good Earth.
Yes, and anyway, at the end of the year, we kind of look back and reflect back as to what happened during the year, and maybe some things we want to change in the new year, but mainly reflecting back and, with gratitude on all the things that did happen. And we're grateful for every day, of course. And you may have heard me speaking last December here at our Tea Chats about doing a gratitude jar. And it's something I like to do every year. Every week I write something down that happened during the week. I put it on a piece of paper. It may have been an email from a friend. It may have been a card in the mail. It may have been somebody stopping by or something somebody said here at the shop and such. Just some wonderful thing that had happened, or my son coming to visit, or us getting together and whatever. And so I took my jar again, and this is what it looks like right now. It has scraps of paper in it, and every week I have written down a positive thing, a gratitude of what had happened during the week. And so on New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, whichever I choose, I will sit and go through these and read them all, and that will reflect back on my year.
I love that. That's a wonderful ritual to have.
And it's a lot of people keep a journal for every day and every night. I've done that. I still do some of that. This was once a week, and usually on a Sunday that I would write something down.
That's wonderful, and what a great way to reflect on your year.
Yes,
and to remember those good things.
It truly is. One of the things we are grateful for is you.
Of course.
And we are very thankful for all of you for stopping by the shop and saying hello, for commenting on our tea chats, for watching our tea chats. We all appreciate that. And for taking our classes, which are online. That is most appreciative too. And but stop by, say hello, even to the tea chat or in the shop. It's one of the things that we are always blessed with, and we are grateful for.
Very much so.
Yes.
We really appreciate you, and thank you so much for taking this journey for the year with us.
Yes.
And hopefully you'll be with us on the same journey next year as we continue.
We've met many new friends.
Yes,
and
we
that's
sure have.
always a blessing.
For sure.
Yes.
That's one of the things to be most grateful for are the connections that we make with
Yes.
you.
And that was the purpose of doing the tea chat too.
Yes.
Connect with all of you.
Success.
So,
yay.
Yes. So let us know what you're doing this solstice, this Christmas season, whichever.
Yes. What are some of your rituals? What are some of
Yes.
your favorite things that you like to do during this time of year with
Mhm.
by yourself or with your family?
Absolutely.
What have you created that's important to you? Yeah,
Okay.
we'd love to hear about that. I'd like to give you a solstice blessing. The author is unknown, but I think it's absolutely beautiful. And it's may you find peace in the promise of the solstice night, that each day forward is blessed with more light, that the cycle of nature, unbroken and true, brings faith to your soul and well-being to you. Rejoice in the darkness, in the silence, find rest, and may the days that follow be abundantly blessed.
Happy holidays to you and yours, and we'll see you again in the new year.
Good earth blessings to you.